Welcome everybody to my lair! Back with more TTBurger Burger Wing Spook Fest! I am Tony. Back with more game reviews here for the Halloween season all month long here. Ranging from horror themes, survival horror, shooters, and all that stuff and more. We're back with more reviews here on the Alien franchise here. This is Halloween, I gotta do my trademark here! And last time I took a look at Alien Trilogy. A good game. You know, not the best game, but it was still a good game overall, you know. I mean, it was a great game that had problems with it, but it could have been better, but still, I recommended the game because you could find it in the long box and everything. And now, we're going to take a look at a game that's one of the very first PlayStation games that used the PlayStation DualShock analog controls, released in the year 2000. And we're going to take a look at it right here, based on the film Alien Resurrection. A good movie, not as good as the trilogy, but still a good movie. But here's the game, released on October 10th, 2000, just 11 days before my 12th birthday. Let's get started here. Arr! Now, when it came to Alien Trilogy, it was a good game. Not the best game ever, but good game with some flaws that still considered it a game. Now, Alien Resurrection, the movie, I did like. Sure, it was not as good as the other Alien films, but it was better than all those crappy sequels that were released after that. Like Prometheus, anybody? Sadly though, the game Alien Resurrection is a huge disaster due to many problems with the controls, the difficulty, and more. The controls are the main issue here. They are so stiff, so clunky. If you do not have a DualShock analog controller, you're screwed because the regular controller is almost impossible to use. They change the controls around so much, they have to wonder, why did they do this? Even with the DualShock controller, it is still very difficult. You cannot run. You move way too slowly with the regular controller. You cannot change your weapons or items with it. It's like impossible almost. Sure, there is a way, but I couldn't figure out a way, like, you know, press this button or so, like it says in the options, but I never got it to work. You find yourself switching back and forth to the controllers to move right or left, to aim, and, you know, to kill the enemies, and, you know, etc. Switching weapons and items is a chore because half the time it does not even work. Moving with the DualShock controller is a nightmare because the left analog stick moves you forward and back, while the right analog stick turns you left and right. I could go on all day naming all the button functions. We'll be here all day if that happens, so I'm not going to do it. I will say this though, due to the controls, Alien Resurrection is a chore, a big chore to get through. There are also hosts of bugs and glitches where you get stuck and cannot move or getting off a ladder to name some. There's also one of those games where have you scratch your head wondering, where do I go next? You run all over the place looking where to go, get your objectives done, so it'll take longer than you think. In level 2, I had to drop down to get this item. I had no way of getting out, so I was basically stuck to start the mission over. Some of you may wonder, why not just jump? Well, you cannot jump in this game at all, just like last time. And on top of that, the game's difficulty is very tough. Even on the easy mode, it's still a very hard game. Aiming your gun and firing your weapon is really rough. It takes forever to aim your weapon. By the time you get it all taken care of, it is too late. If you do not save it all the save points during the level or after you beat a level and you die, that's the start level for you, let alone the start of the game. I only made it to the second level and called it quits. Other of you I know have called it quits could not finish the game either. Also, I should point out there's no map in this game at all. And you know, where am I supposed to go? Just, you know, there's no arrow or anything like that, or there's no any hint of guiding you where to go, because everywhere in the game looks almost exactly the same. If the controls were not so stiff, it would be more balanced with the difficulty here. The difficulty is not even the main issue, it's those awful controls. Even the instruction manual does not help much. It only shows the controls with a DualShock controller. Okay, that's fine. But what if you do not have a DualShock controller? Sure, it's in the options menu, but why not have it in the instruction manual? They really went out of the way to promote this DualShock control scheme that they forgot to put the other control scheme in the manual. The enemy AI is way too smart. They know where you are most of the time. They'll shoot you before you have a chance. The Xenomorphs are overly smart too. They lunge towards you so fast, and you know they're overly smart here. There are some goods here though. The graphics are good. It's a good looking PlayStation game. The voice setting is decent even though there's not much. The story follows the movie pretty well here. There is a good variety of weapons here as well. Also, there's a big horror element when playing the game in the dark. Funny thing here, this game advertises this like crazy. Turn out the lights, darken your television as well, and play in the dark. That's all the goods though. Sadly though, I have to end the review here because that's all I have to say about Alien Resurrection. It's bad. It's really bad. That's what I gotta say there. But now before we can give this game a score, let's go to our TTBurger pros and cons here. for the TTBurger Pros, a full 3D Alien game based on the 4th movie. The graphics and sound are good, the game follows the story of the movie pretty well here, a good variety of weapons to choose from, and playing the game in the dark can be fun. For the TTBurger cons, the controls are so stiff and tough to get used to. You cannot jump at all. There are bugs and glitches where you get stuck. There is no map at all in the game. The difficulty is way too rough. You move way too slow when moving and aiming your weapon. Both control settings are not the best. Enemy AI is way too smart, and that's what I gotta say about Alien Resurrection. So what's the score that I give Alien Resurrection here? I mean, it was based on a decent movie, but still, those controls and the other aspects of the game affected it really, really badly, where Alien Trilogy was the better game of the bunch. Due to the problems, Alien Resurrection gets a 4 out of 10, a roar out of 10. And that's it for this episode. We have completed the Alien games here, and I know there's still Alien vs Predator on the Sega, on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and Aliens Colonial Marines, and Alien Isolation. But I'll be taking a look at those another time. I just wanted to focus on the 2 PlayStation Alien games. What will come next for this TTBurger Burger Wing Spook Fest? Find out next, everybody. That's all I gotta say. And peace out and have a great day, and